Hello, I figured I'd come on and just kind of give some updates while I am packing my Soap of the Month Club orders, or my seasonal Soap of the Month Club orders. And I must say, the one thing that I annoy the most is when you're like looking for something and you can't find it. And it's not that you can't find it because you didn't put it somewhere where you're supposed to be able to find it, but it's because kids touch your stuff, and that's why you can't find it. So I have like these bigger like circular labels that I use to seal my packages that I can't find. And I know that my kids had it because I saw them with it and I took it from them and I put it in like my little desk drawer right here. It's not there. So I know they were touching it. Anyways, this is the soap of the month for October. This is a turmeric soap bar. So it's scented with Moroccan mint. And the oils are olive oil, coconut oil, castor oil, palm oil, shea butter, and castor oil. Did I already say that? I feel like I already said that. So those are the oils, and it is colored with just turmeric, so just organic turmeric, and the scent is Moroccan mint. So what I do is I cut these eco craft paper, wrap paper, in half, and then I wrap the soap bars with them. So let me get my scissors because who knows, that's probably missing too. Seeing as I can never keep up with anything, not because of me, but because of my children. They're into arts and crafts, like a lot of it. So they like to cut and tape things all the time. And this is so annoying. Like where is it? So I can't find it. But I will use this. So this is like my little paper cutter. I'm going to use this to cut this craft paper. And this is see, it's called Eco Craft Paper. I get this from Amazon. There are, what is it, 2,000 sheets in here? It doesn't say, but remember the last box I bought said that it was 1,000. So it's 1,000 sheets in here. But I get 2,000 out of them because I cut them in half. So, yeah. So what I'm going to be focusing on, other than packing these orders, is that I'm going to be focusing on the local area for the business. I reached out to this new artisan market that is opening up in my city. I'm so excited. It's got a grand opening November 15th. And oh no, I gotta hold on to this. There we go. It's opening on November 15th, grand opening, and it's going to be like an artisan market shop. So there's going to be multiple vendors there. And I did speak with her about like having multiple soap making businesses because that's not good for business. And she said that she is capping it at 3. Right now, I am the second one. The other soap company there is strictly goat milk soap. So I typically don't really look at like goat milk soap as competition, simply because there are people who really like it and people who don't really care about it. So it's such a niched area of soap that it's not really a concern for me. So she told me to focus on my beer soaps. So I still have some soap bars left from my beer collection that I made for the fall. And I also have sea moss soap bars that I haven't made in a long time, but I used to make those. So she told me to kind of focus on more of those unique things. And I have like my regular shea butter soap bars that I'll be including. But the thing is that like there's not a lot of soapers that caters to men. And the beer soap, she said, which I agree would be really good for men and kind of give them a sense of belonging in the artisan soap world, where, oh, there's somebody who thinks about us. So I am going to be doing videos of the beer soap making because I have to make more of those. Like I said, I do have some left. Like I still have some left from the beer collection. This was actually a female scent. This is rose quartz, because what I did was I made 2 for men and 2 for women. So this is one of the women's soap bars. But I'm going to be making more. I'm going to stick with 3 fragrances for men for now. Because one of them was amber tobacco, and when I did go to a market to sell the beer soap, people were all over that. They were loving it. And then aqua dio, something like that. It's a knockoff version of one of those expensive colognes. People like that. So those are the 2 I'm going to be using, and I'm going to try to come up with a 3rd one for men. So I'm like really excited about that, but I'm also kind of nervous because I'm going to have to make a lot of soap. So me and ChatGPT, we've been talking, and ChatGPT says that I need to make, how many soap bars did it say? I think it was a little under 200. Where is it at? 189 bars. So it says I need to make 189 bars, which would cover the beer soaps, the sea moss soap bars, because they wanted me to do 36 beer soaps. So I think 8 for each scent. It's going to end up being 10 for each scent, so it's probably going to be more. But yeah, I have to do like 36 of those, and there's a certain amount for the sea moss and another amount for just the regular soap bars. And then I'm also going to be doing kid soap bars. So most of it's going to be melt and pour soap, but I have these really cute silicone molds that are shaped like little insects. So I'm going to have those as well. So I'm like, I got my work cut out for me. I got to get all that stuff together. Plus, which I don't know if I'm going to really commit to this, but the Florida Classic, I live in Florida. The Florida Classic is like a very big event, and they have spots for vendors. They are very expensive. They want like $1,200, but I found one that is offering a spot for $500. So I thought about doing that. I graduated from Florida A&M University, so I'm always cheering for the Rattlers. But I thought about doing like soap bars that are the green and orange for the Rattlers, and then like the maroon and gold for the for BCU, for the Wildcats. But that is going to take a lot of time because I don't have any of those. So I have to definitely make them all. They kind of all have to be made within the next week or 2. Yeah, because the Florida Classic's like the 3rd week of November. So yeah, I have to make them within like the next 2 weeks. And I don't know how much I would need to make, but I'm just thinking it's going to be a lot because thousands of people show up to this event. And this doesn't mean that all thousands of them are going to buy, but I think some people will, simply because of the color scheme of them, just to have them as, just like some decoration, just something to take, like a piece of something to take with it. Because I know every time I come to the Classic, I always buy t-shirts. I already have t-shirts with like the FAMU Rattler on it and everything, but I still buy more because why not? I'm here. So I think that I'll get a lot of people who will purchase just for the sake of purchasing because, the soap bars remind them of their schools, have their school colors. But I don't know. If anyone's ever worked like an event that's as big as the Florida Classic, like how many soap bars do you prepare for that? Because I'm like thinking, because this chat GPT told me to get the 189 bars, right? For this new artisan market. But I'm thinking that the Florida Classic is such a big event. This isn't just like a citywide event. It's like huge, like statewide event. I may need like a minimum of like 500 soap bars. Who got time for that? Like, I would love to sell 500 soap bars, but I don't have that. Like what you see over here is like my max. And that ain't even 100 soap bars. I don't think. Yeah, I no, that's not. It's probably close to it, but no, it's not. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get prepared in time for the Florida Classic. But it's a thought because I have been working with someone who's a food truck, and she is definitely going. And she's like, as soon as she gets into a spot, she's gonna call me, see if they can give me a deal so I can come next to her. Because she said that she makes an upwards of like $60,000 in like food plates, and food is different because people come to the classic to eat. So of course she's gonna make a lot of money. But she was like, "There's no reason why you can't make 8 or 9 thousand." And I was like, 8 or 9 thousand. Like, oh my gosh, I've never made that much. Nothing even close to that. So I'm like, that would be really cool. So I'm gonna stamp the inside of this with my stamp. But I was like, that would be really cool if I can I could listen, if I brought in 1,000, I would feel like that's a win, y'all, like a real successful win. So I'm thinking about it, but it's hard because I do have this artisan market that I'm gonna be a vendor at that I have to prepare for, and I really want to make it like really nice so it can do better than the other artisan market store that I'm in. So quick update on those. So at the beginning of the year, I was not the beginning. Well, yeah, I guess it was the beginning of the year. I was in 3 of them. I took it down to 2. Now I may be taking it down to 1 because the other one, I haven't checked on it in 2 months, to be honest, y'all. But they don't have it set up where you can look at what's being sold online like the other stores do. So it's hard for me to gauge what's really going on. But I'm assuming it can't be too bad because nobody's called me like, hey girl, restock, or like, hey girl, you owe us money for your vendor booth. So I'm thinking, I must be evening out or something. So I got to make it like my point of business to make it there. Because I think they do their checks on the 7th, and today's October 2nd when I'm recording this video. I don't know when I'm going to upload it, probably in like a week. But they do their checks on October 7th. So I should go on either the 7th or the 8th to see what's really going on because no one has called me. So like I said, I assume everything's fine. But I'm thinking about leaving that store because it's definitely not profitable. Like either I'm breaking even or I'm owing, $5 to $10. And the vending fee is $25. So that means that I am barely making $25 of purchases in 1 month. So what I did do was I got rid of all of my regular size bars because I was charging them $8 for those regular size bars. And I noticed that like only 1 or 2 here and there would sell. So I replaced them with all of my miniature soap bars, which are $5. And so I'm interested to see how that went. Like if I were able to sell more soap bars, because I know like the city that it's in is a retirement city. And when I looked it up, there's a lot of elderly people that are on fixed income. So I'm just thinking that they probably can't rationalize in their head paying $8 for a natural good soap bar because they're elderly. They've obviously survived on whatever soap bars they've been using. And so they're like thinking it's probably not a big deal. Plus $8 is a lot. So I went down to the $5 bars because I had $1 bars like this. Yeah, there it is. So is that even clear? Yeah. So yeah, so this is the ones that I had in the store that I left. So I would have these little like in-size bars that I sell for $1. And people buy those. Really, a lot of people buy those. And so people in this store was buying those, but I need 25 of them to buy 25, to get like the $25 vendor fee, and that wasn't happening. So I figured that it may have something to do with the cost. So that was the reason why I said, okay, I'm going to put the $5 soap bars in there. But like I said, it's been like 2 months since I've done that, and I don't know if that's been successful or not. So on the 7th, I'll go and check it out and see. But I'm going to finish packing up these soap bars. This video's already been longer than I anticipated, but I figured I'd give you those updates. So thank you guys for tuning in.